So these guys have gained a weak claim, G, on the border system. I think they did that. I want to say they specifically did what I'm trying to do on Capella, which is amusing. She wants my vassalage. Yet another person. That's the one who has my I forget, my nephew. Yeah, she's guardian over Master Keegan Vorm. I don't want to kick off a war, but I'm not going to become your vassal. And of course, we refuse. Sister-in-law is pregnant. Everybody's happy. Wife is pregnant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's our family limit? Got a lot of pregnancies going on. Another one? What the hell? How about we have a festival or something? What's with the constant negative events? So, complaining about crime. Both classes are in agreement. Why is this one not firing? I don't understand the terminology. Is not the military council seat filled? The council seat is filled. House Former Stykes clearly needs someone in charge of its military. I have somebody in charge of my military, so I don't understand that one. Unless it means it's not filled, and then I fill it with somebody with specifically the task of cleaning up the streets or whatever. But it's just, that kind of wording is really confusing. So, more unrest. Woohoo! Neglected military peacekeepers again. Or throw cash at it. Arg. Bring them on. Screw them all. More unrest. All right. 2 turns, 3 turns still. Nobody unless I pull somebody, we're still quelling unrest. 14, and now going up a little more because that stupid thing is back again. I don't think it's fair that they're doubling up the same event on me. Before the first one even expires, it fires off again. And I'm not aware that there's anything I can do to prevent something like that. I mean, we got 100 military and 118 security between my and my counselor's abilities here. So I don't think it's anything I can prevent by just like attaining a certain number and having it say that, no, that event won't fire now. Huh. Not a lot of wars going on. Unfortunately, this is all one thing now. This is all one thing now. And I'm in between the 2 big things. So I'm probably the target for both of them. There's not even any connection for these guys. So he's got like no real option, and he has no connection up here either. I am his only choice. Oh, that is not good. Oh, he's got one little space lane going out this way to somewhere I don't know about. Holy crap, is that bad? I'm going to be their sole focus. Oh, that is not good. This is a weird star map. I didn't realize how weird this is. This guy has no connection over there either. Yilden, in this point, is the only connection point. That makes me here super important for both of these. Huh. Yeah. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to get squished, though. I definitely have to make sure I don't end up in a fight with both of them at the same time. All right. Well, what do we got? The secret thing's back. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Turn. Whoops. Oh, well, it'll come back. And I know about those. We'll clear those. We're back to 100. Still on medium taxes. We're only quelling unrest in one place now. Hey, we're up to 19.2, but a whopping 7 of that was us carrying cash forward from all the actions we're not using. That's a pretty huge amount. I mean, that's carrying those unused action points and converting them is giving me almost as much money as the base income of my home system. Hmm. All right. Food shortages. What's your unrest up to? 37 and 78. Do we try to sick our security person on Yilden? Currently doing personal protection for me. Let's cancel that. Run a spy network. Let's see what happens. Come on. These guys are absolutely fomenting or instigating these things. So, oh wait, no. Azamec may once have been a member of the Vord. Azamec. Up here, I guess maybe this is random things happening because I definitely didn't institute that. We have gained a weak claim against Azamec. I mean, it's 2 blank jumps into there, and they can bring quite a bit of firepower. We'd be limited to 1, 2. Yeah, we couldn't get hardly anything over there. I mean, great, I guess. Failed to avenge Duke Marvin Henderson's crime, war against the Allen Coalition. Gave vassalage in return for some money. I think that's just shifting the vassal arrangement around. Baron Hendricks offering guardianship. That would end our guardianship here. I'm going to have to say no, which is going to lower his rep or his happiness with me, which is going to be sad. I don't want to end this one right now. Oh, well. And visitors. Why is an admiral here? What are you doing here, buddy? Assassinate him, defame him. Yeah, why would you be wandering around down here? That seems weird. The head of their military. Well, I don't want to kick off a fight with them right now, so I guess I'll allow it, but that seems a little odd. Marriage between members of some of the minor houses. Charged with the crime and pregnant. Okay. What are we looking at? Hey, we're up to 15 members. We're only at 11 out of 15. Okay. The Baron divorced his wife and married an unknown person. One more turn, and then we're going to try this. We'll see what happens. All right, we have made a case that is the rightful owner of Capella. Pulling strings behind the scenes, we've gained a weak claim. I don't know if there's any way to gain a strong claim through that system. Can you double up and do another one of those to turn a weak claim into a strong claim? That would seem a little... I guess it would take quite a while, depending on the effectiveness of your diplomat, but I'm not sure if that's a thing. Leading an uprising. So if we look here, yep, they hit 101 unrest. So that starts a rebellion. So he is the upstart rebel leader attempting to take over. Archon is, you know, the actual owner. That guy's going to get squished. We might be close enough that he asks us to come help. That'll be amusing. Yep, he's coming begging. Nope, we're not going to piss off that Archon. That's the one I want to be nice with as a counter possibly to the northern guy here. And she's got one of my relatives as a potential hostage, so we're going to refuse the request. Sorry, buddy. You're on your own. The Allen Coalition defeated the House McBride in a skirmish. Yeah, no surprise there. Uh-oh. We have been charged. So Baron Matt Contreras charged you with avenging Baron Everett Hendricks's crime, the annulment of Constable Mirella Hendricks's marriage. He doesn't like the fact that the Baron divorced his wife and remarried, and he wants to get justice. Love this kind of stuff. This is the stuff that still confuses the hell out of me. So, Baron Matt Contreras, Beta Aquarai, and avenging the other barons. Charge is not severe enough to put you under obligation. Deliver justice. So basically, we're going to be deal with it now. How do you want to deal with it? These are the direct options. There's other ways to handle things. I'm just going to go ahead and do the direct thing, get it out of the way. So we can depose the Baron. We can levy a large fine or levy a smaller fine. So he is disliked. He is unhappy. And his opinion to me is about to go down. Levy to fine, delivering justice for the annulment. Duke Vorm, minus 20 from him, plus 20 to me as the fine. He goes unhappy. He has been fined. Baby girl, Eleanor's fine. A spat of babies and more visitors. All right, so that was stuff happened. Yeah, that went down by quite a lot. Duke Vorm fined me, minus 20. Didn't like that I raised taxes, and then I fined him. Oh well. All right, so the plasma processing plant at Capella has been repaired. That's cool. Hopefully I take ownership pretty soon. Technology and wealth bonus. So we got our minor claim. So now when we click this and we go to actions and we do this one here. So we eliminated one of the little red sword thingies with our weak claim. Yeah, let's try it. I don't think. Yeah, if anything, I think we're losing some of the bonus because we're not maintaining that improved relations. So let's give it a try. So yeah. Capella actions. Request allegiance. Will refuse if you ask politely. When did that happen? Oh, love it. Oh man, what the hell? Here I was all excited. I wonder what changed that flipped it. Possibly it was investing in the infrastructure. Guess the alternative is, bump his unrest up and then press the claim when it rebels. But if it rebels and I help out in the rebellion, then I'm essentially declaring war here. Yeah, I'm not sure the best way to go about this. Minus 20, 10, 5, and 2.5 per turn chance. Oh, discovering secrets. Plus 16% chance of enemy losing surprise when Yulden joins their fleet. Create additional opportunities and reveal members. Huh. Well, crap. I guess we go back to improving relations. I was really looking forward to making that attempt. But not if he's just going to flat refuse. It doesn't help me to spread dissent and try to raise my status. I'll go a few more turns, but I don't know what I can do if I can't get that to even be a chance of accepting. These guys are just too big already. Unfortunately, he can bring most of his power to bear here, including his home system fleet. Yeah. Everybody, what is 10/0? That seems like an odd arrangement. Everybody else is, 5 out of 12 is not impressive, but I mean 12 out of 16, that's impressive. Damn, what do you guys got going on? Wealth of 8, 4 installations already, including a Viridium mine. Holy crap. They got a functioning Viridium mine up? Oh yeah, I'm going to get stomped here pretty soon at this rate. 12 out of 14, 12 out of 16. I've got all 12s. Huh. $14. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Vord. We are stuck between two much bigger groups with nowhere to expand. I can go absolutely nowhere without really getting into a mess. And as soon as I mess with one, I got to worry about the other coming at me. Yeah. The other problem is Yilden. I can't project any strength into either, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if you're allowed to count access through enemy star systems. Does it matter if I go 1, 2, 3, 4 to get my forces here? I'm not sure how that works, if there's any restriction, or if we just, sail right on past. What do? I can't just sit here forever. Once our fleet strength is maxed out, it's just a slow climb that I'm going to be losing progress on. given the size of my neighbors. Unless they fragment. And they're in not terrible shape. We're at 83 unrest. I guess that's not great. 70, 72, 83. Ooh, 99. I like that number. 56, 68. There's a lot of unrest in here. I might have to change strategies. What I want is I want these two, and I want these two. That's really currently all I want. As a mech would be nice just for that one tech thing we uncovered, but super hard for me to project power over here. Yeah, I can't. This would be the only place I could project power over here, but he would be able to pull from all of this stuff for defense, so likelihood of me getting over here is very, very slim. But all of that unrest, how do I deal with that? Yeah, I think I'm going to change the arrangement. I'm going to hope this stuff they've got enough of their own problems that they leave me alone, and my ability to project defensive power to my own systems keeps them away. And I think I'm going to switch this stuff. Let's switch to spread descent, even though it's going to cost me a bunch of money. And I think I'll just settle for Capella at the moment. I don't think I'm going to try to influence both. I'll have the resources for it. All right, switching tactics. We'll see if we can push them into rebellion, and then look at joining into the rebellion. Kind of wish maybe I could push that one into rebellion and then ask this one to switch sides and join in. That's a possibility. But for the moment, what are we doing here? We are, oops. Ooh, unrest 20. We're still gaining 2 because of all of these stacked damn bonuses or negatives. That is so ridiculous. I can't do much about it. We're all tasked out still. We're at 13 out of 15 members. We had a few new additions, more babies. We are, 1 year, Lars. Next year, Lars comes of age, so he'll join the ranks of the useful members of the family. 3 years away from our heir. All right, so we got a few up-and-comers. Yeah, let's just see what happens. You have lost interest in. That's fine. I didn't want that affair anyway. It makes me unhappy. Lady Labby Norman wants marriage between my mom and Yosef. Excuse me? 67 and a 17-year-old? Come on. Come on. No. No. That's hilarious. Oh, God. Well, that solves that problem also. Oh, Mom, you couldn't hold on long enough for me to get anything important done. Oh, now everybody's going to be sad. Sure. Which son? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. This random unrest and random sicknesses just spurting all over my empire constantly is kind of annoying. We had a really high tech level, so I wasn't expecting anywhere near this many serious illnesses constantly happening when we had 100+ technology level with, unfortunately, my mom, who now we're not going to get the benefit of. This is bad. Another expedition. My science teams have been cataloging planetoids in Omicron Persei. They found something incredible. Ring-shaped asteroid orbiting Omicron Persei 4. Actually, a man-made metal structure. Gigantic ring rotating to simulate gravity, presumably created by pre-collapse scientists. Megastructures in ruins. Few sections could be repaired. Repair it when we have the resources to house the commoners. So, adds the ring world trait to Omicron. Adds ring world section to Omicron. +1 wealth range 1. Oh, of course it doesn't reach. It doesn't reach my capital. It goes to here. Needed to be range 2. That means it's just going to affect this one. Or we lack the means. It doesn't tell me what it's going to cost me. It tells me what I gain immediately if I say screw it. We gain $60 to me and the $60 to Baroness. Was that Camille Vincent? But it still adds a RimWorld trait. I mean, I really could use the money, but I'd like to see what this kind of stuff does. So I'm still in kind of test mode. So I'm going to pick the longer range one. Cataloged it, discovered what's left of a municipal hub, as well as the notes of the lead architect. Background story on the previous empire. This was a temple to cooperation. Duke Vorm gets +3 to diplomacy. They were naive and failed. Cannot let myself be so soft. +3 to military. Or +3 to tech. All right, so I get to pick a skill bonus, huh? We're going to need, I mean, we just took a huge hit to our tech level. 3 is not really going to do all that much. I think I would have rather have had the money than just 3 points of skill. That's like just training for a few turns. Well, it depends on how good the trainer is, but I think I could have put that $60 to better use. All right. Yeah, we'll take tech. So they still got the ring world trait. Contains pre-collapse experimental ring world. Ring world section. +1 wealth range of 1. $60. All right, so I mean, it takes 30 turns to recoup the cost to build it, recoup it. But then after that, you know, profit. Too bad it wasn't positioned in such a location as to hit more planets. Then it would have been multiplied its value. Unfortunate. Okay, so you know, stuff happened. 2 turns +10 unrest. And then it's going to take multiple turns, assuming they don't send a heavy hitter in to reduce it. Yeah, we may not be able to push this into rebellion. If we're only getting +10 every few turns, that's not going to be enough. Huh. I wasn't sure how effective that was going to be. I think I'm going to end this spy network, too. We're not really getting much out of it. I thought it had other abilities. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be forced to pull the trigger on somebody and take the consequences. I just don't see any other option I can do. Sitting around isn't going to help me much. We can't really grow our strength all that much in comparison. I could throw money at getting certain buildings made that might help. So Omicron, 15% ruler, fleet strength, range 3, plus the wealth. I like that, but man, is it expensive. The Ring World section. Trade hub, wealth range 4. I mean, that's nice. 0.5 wealth for my entire territory. Ooh, +20 spread descent. That would help me with getting descent on these. Or we go for the cheaper stuff. Let's... Opinions have dropped pretty substantially across the board. The one action I took has made everybody else unhappy as well. Yeah, what to do? It's an interesting conundrum. I'm kind of glad I'm having this situation only because, you know, I need to learn how to deal with this, being wedged between two large factions like we are. God damn, this guy's this entire area now. Well, we're going to at least wait until this goes up, and then we'll see what our options are. Oh, he's back to may accept if asked politely. Make up your mind, dude. Will you request or make a demand? He refused. Minus 62 public reaction. Home system safety. All right. Well, I tried. His opinion didn't change, so we're secretly plotting against him. That's, oh yeah, see down here, happiness miserable. Your happiness, minus 98. And it only goes to minus 100. That's the scale, plus 100 to minus 100. We were super happy previously. And then we had this cascade of negative events just crush us. The big one being our mom dying. And it took everybody with us. So now we're just choking on unhappiness and all of our stats are just hammered. I knew that was going to happen. Wow. I got to get a new person assigned and we have really very few choices. Oh, massive skill of 12. Oh, man. And that's if I change them from their current tasks. Yeah, that is such an absolute beast of a negative. We just got absolutely crushed. I don't know how you get anybody that's decent at anything past the starting. Sometimes you start with people with pretty decent skill amounts, but I don't know how you manage to do it afterwards. Every single person I've seen in the game world that I've had like join me in marriage or so on has been super low. So, I mean, I kind of get used to these numbers at the start, and then one or two people die, and you go into this massive unhappiness spiral and also have no skills to get anything done with anymore. And you're limited in your family size, so you only got so many people you can choose from. So we're gonna have somebody with a 6 skill turn into our technology lead. Oh my gosh. Plus, my heir is very ill, and this is the guy that's going to try to fix him. Oh, it's so bad. I have no choice. No choice whatsoever. A whole whopping 25. And you must provide medical attention, which pulls him off of the raising, spreading descent. I think that cancels that, doesn't it? I don't remember if that's who I had doing that. It canceled something. I lost track of what it was. Oh, well, I don't have a choice. That hurts so much. He's going to turn 16 and die. He's going to become an adult and then become a dead adult next turn. Let's see if it happens. Your nephew has now come of age, Lars. Oh, wait, I thought my heir... Are they both coming of age? I could have sworn my heir was the first one up. All right, what's his stats? I mean, 16, but now I just assigned a level 6 guy who will get pissed at me if I fire him. I signed him for life, and he's terrible at it. He is brave and proud. Fleet inspection, but you cannot summon the will to dress, much less review your forces. Unhappiness spiral. So, drag yourself out of bed. I must go. Your mood does not improve. I rule here. I don't have to do anything. -5 to military strength of House Vorm attracts, but Duke Vorm is pleased. No. Get your ass out of bed. I have been charged with avenging Duchess Cerelia Guerrero's crime. Removable, really? He fired somebody from the council and I have to deal with it? Huh. No. Well, nobody died. Nobody got healed either. Could have swore my heir was coming of age. Oh, 14. Oh, I had an older nephew. I thought that was the one coming up, but he's still very ill. Oh, just standard ill, not very ill at least. I don't know what the actual percentage chances are between the different types, but all right, so this is still going on. One more turn. 3 turns. Oh, crap. Is it refreshing? Is it adding because... let's look here. Nope, it still hasn't put any kind of pressure on. Huh. The number changed, though. I could have swore we were like 1 turn away from that firing off. That's weird. An idle... Well, yeah, he's brand new. What can we do with you? More unrest quelling. I have no unrest quelling going on, and we continue to advance. The numbers continue to be stupid and annoying. And that'll help how much? A whole 1.86. All right, better than nothing. And now we are all tasked out. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somebody is not tasked. You are. You are not. Back to personal protection. Covering up secrets, assassinating. Back to personal protection. All right. Well, we got some cash. We're up to 150. We're miserable, but it is dropping slowly. Baroness is ill. Hey, they built a facility on their own. A waste processing plant. Raise their wealth to 7. They got more wealth than I do now. And they're building a waste production or processing plant also. You are not building anything currently. Time to actually put some cash into repairing something. That seems like it would take an awful long time to get your money back out of it. 120 to build it? One base and then 10% tax collected. Is that only when you do an assist tax collection? Or is it just +1 to base and then an additional 10 on the base? Which we'd only be at like an 8. So, I mean, you'd be lucky to get another +1 out of it anytime soon. That's still going to take like 60 turns if it works that way. That's a terrible ratio. Yeah, I don't understand this one. I don't see how that could possibly. I mean, I don't know how long an average game of this goes, how many turns, but the turn to productivity on that to pay off the investment just seems extreme. I am not real happy with our home installations. Yeah, I mean, the amount of tax is terrible. Where's that 10% come in? It says when capital, so I assume it's just going to do my home system base income. So the +1 takes it to 7. And is that 10% being applied before or after an administration bonus? Even if it's after, it's still lucky to hit 10, which means I'm going to get 1 extra wealth, which means it's 120 turns to pay that thing off, assuming, I mean, the numbers will change over time a bit, but I'm not going to add more than 3 or more wealth or so, so the math isn't going to shift all that much. That seems terrible. Am I figuring it wrong? Is anybody spotting something I'm not considering here? Because that for the cost just does not seem reasonable. The ROI is terrible. So, shoot. I was hoping to increase my own section, but I might have to revert to, one of these. At least the trade hub helps everybody. That's effectively a 2.0 wealth increase, 0.5 4 times. And it only costs 60 to put up. So 30 turns return on your investment. And again, this one is 60 turns to get a return on your investment, which seems terrible. The other consideration is it does add essentially a hit point to the territory of the colony. So, I mean, there's that, but that's universally true of all of the installations. So I don't really consider that in the math. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these just seem out of balance. Let's get the authority outpost. Help everybody quell unrest. Ah, crap. I forgot I have everybody tasked. Sure. We're not getting a whole bunch out of that tax collection right now anyway. All right. Well, we're kind of waiting for a bunch of negative effects to bleed off. We got a bunch of negative effect unrest here that we're slowly getting down, and then we'll be able to start reversing this. Losing mom is putting a severe hit on our effectiveness, and just losing an awesome person with the tech bonuses, and no way to really to replace her. So, the Henderson faction have made it a case that it is the rightful owner of G. Really? So now the guy to the north is going to mess with me. That is this dukedom. who is part of the Benton faction as a league. All right. Yeah, that guy that visited me, been pulling strings across the local region. I figured he was here for no good reason. They've gained a weak claim. People from across the board flock to Omicron per side of You See the Ring World. Okay. Not sure what kind of an effect that has. Another child. We are at what? 12 out of 15? Sure. All right, no pop-ups locally for me to look at. Our happiness reversed back to thrilled? Is it just a set mourning period and then all of a sudden it reverses? I thought it was going to be a slow bleed down and then a slow increase back up again. That seems weird. That seems really weird for it to flip like that. Just all of a sudden it's removed. Everybody all of a sudden has forgotten about mom dying and moved on with their life instantly. I don't like that. I would have preferred just a gradual drawdown of the negatives and then an increase back up again. I mean, great. Everybody's happy again. That improves our effectiveness. I mean, I like that part, but I don't like the way it's implemented. That seems really weird. All right. Well, you know, I guess mathing, that is helpful for the mathing part that we're dealing with. I mean, plus 20 just does so little compared to losing somebody with like 80 technology skill. And that's the only way I know of to directly raise stats of people. I actually don't know how the statistics work in that regard. Do people get better at their job as they do it? I can't remember. Does it show skills? Skill level, 5 categories, determines their effectiveness. Children gradually improve skills they are interested in until they come of age. Guardian will improve their primary skill faster, of the Guardian faster. Carrying out an assignment, using the train assignment, and then the head of house slowly improves their skills in all areas. So, all right. So the leader, I am increasing slowly in everything. Otherwise, it's training, which we're now terrible at. Because it's based on the tech skill, which we no longer really have. And carrying out assignments. Doesn't mention, like, I don't know. I'd have to actually carefully test it. I'd have to check somebody's stat, send them on an assignment with a specific skill, have it complete, and then check their stat again and see just what the numbers look like. That means it might be beneficial just to send people out on assignments willy-nilly just for the purpose of training them up, regardless of the actual function of the assignment and whether you need it or not. Well, it says one turn again. They're at 70. That's still 20 away from pushing them into a revolt. Yeah, I'm going to just have to pull the trigger and declare a war at some point. This is just not going anywhere. They're going to be getting stronger faster than I am unless they implode. There's a fair amount of unrest they should be dealing with over there and over there. I mean, we're in pretty good shape comparatively in that regard, but we're also fairly small and tightly contained. All right. Well, again, we're all tasked out unless I want to change something. Improved defense is the only thing I'm not too worried about. Can we keep improving this? What is the actual bonus now? No, personal protection plus 30%. I don't think it's going to go higher than that. So I might bump up protection over here now. So let's do that. Let's go here, actions, improve defenses, and you. Be a little less effective, but we'll let the bonus build up over there. Does it just immediately go away? Really? Okay. So it immediately goes away when you switch it. Does it immediately start up when you switch it? Yeah, it starts up at 17 and then builds. I think that's a little weird too. Okay. You know, having people available to do jobs is pretty damn important apparently. I really do need to find that option that lets you just recruit somebody from the galaxy at large. I got to track that down. What else do I need to look at? That, not worried about those. Don't suppose you want to just, you know, join? No, and I'm sure no. Not going to ask here again. Unless I go to the Archon, but he's going to say no. Not much has changed in this regard. Let's just keep dealing with this. Again with the negative... If there isn't a way of actually countering or offsetting this kind of thing, it's going to drive me away from the game. If it's just random that every 3 turns, I'm going to have a rebellion in a perfectly happy, content location, I'm just going to get pissed off constantly. That kind of arbitrary negative pressure on the human pushing buttons on a keyboard just annoys the hell out of me every time I run into it in these kinds of games. This is the 3rd, 4th time in the number. How many turns are we in now? We're on turn 14 or 15, and we've had this fire up in this exact same spot. How many times? Now, is it possible that this is happening because of unrest missions from other nations? I don't know if this is random or if this is unrest from another location. If it's unrest from somebody messing with me, fine, but I want to know which it is. Because now I'm up to a whopping plus 12, 16, 17. This is ridiculous. I'm not doing anything wrong in managing it. Everything was fine. It's just nonstop, these flare-ups. And they take so long to dissipate. So that's my increase unrest down here. Message. All right, so he tried to depose the Duchess, and they're now in rebellion. Took a big hit there. Reputation disliked. Unrest 37 on the home planet. Archon Eris Faulkner. Why? Oh, man. Rory Peterson has died. Where's the visitor list? Somewhere is a visitor list. I forget where. Power projection, claimants, rebellion, succession. Yeah, I forget where to see it. Hosted guests. Nope, not that one. Yeah, I don't remember. I think there's a place where I can see who's visiting so I can do actions against them or such, but I don't remember where to see it. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's up to 80.7. It says plus 10 points, so that 10 is going to be maintained unless they counter it. 8.5 now plus, and they're not countering it yet. So, you know, a couple turns, possibly. Probably more like 3 if they don't apply somebody. They're at 90 at Yilden. Only 2 per turn. And of course, my own ridiculous problem. We're going to go into rebellion ourselves at this stage, just from those constantly firing unrest things. Not much else I can do, I don't think. We're kind of waiting to see something happen. 2 more turns for that to be finished. They're up to 28% on the border. Love how it tells me -3, the ruler of G is pleased, but we're at plus 12. And -3 for the negative, but the overall is plus 12. He's not going to be pleased for long. Not at that rate. All right, let's pay for something. We gotta use this. Let's do I wish this was +1 wealth, +20 spread descent. I got no wealth on any of these damn ones. I still don't think that one's worth it. Or that one. Guess we'll do the assist tax collection at low effectiveness. I don't want to end the repair, so yep. That's going to take a while. 15 turns. Good Lord. Oh, it's so bad. So bad. That's money I can't use for 15 turns before I even start to get a return on it. Oh, it's terrible choices. This map is kicking my ass. We just immediately got wedged in here, and I don't feel like I can really do anything. I'm just passing time. Guardianship has ended. She's of age. She's of age. She's heading home. All right. Hopefully that, oh, and it's negative. You know, you'd think that successfully completing a guardianship stint would be a happy event. But no, we lose. That's terrible. All right, whatever. Would you like to arrest them instead? Nope. I don't need a third one annoyed with me. Found out a secret. People like each other. My heir recovered. At least that's good. Stop the assignment. Gotten into an argument over a large bet. A couple of the barons. And I've got to play sides. I can pick either side with equal rationale, huh? So it's basically pick which one's going to get unhappy with me. They're about equal in their current happiness level. I will side with Beta Aquarai. I think they're stronger system-wise. More arbitrary shuffling of numbers.